This one sounds interesting. This first one is called AITA for not wanting to spend every holiday with my in-laws. Okay, here we go. It says, quick backstory for context. I have been non-contact with both of my parents for close to 9 years. They are both still alive and both have their issues that I will not get into. Their actions have led me to the difficult decision to go non-contact with them. My wife agrees and supports this decision. My wife and her family are the opposite of mine. Her mom and dad have been married for several decades. She has 2 sisters and they are all very close. I appreciate her family and they are all good people. My wife and I have been married for over 10 years and we have 2 young children. Here is the issue at hand. Ever since I made the decision to go non-contact with my parents, my wife has taken it upon herself to plan every holiday, and even several of our summertime family vacations with her family. She makes these plans with her parents and sisters for all holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I am very rarely included in the planning process. About a year ago, I spoke with my wife about this. I told her I do not appreciate her planning holidays without giving me the opportunity to be a part of the planning. I also told her I do not want to spend every holiday with her parents and sisters. It's not that they are bad people or that I do not like them. I just do not think it is fair that she believes that since I do not have a relationship with my parents, that by default I have to spend every holiday with them, my in-laws. I told my wife I would like to go back to how things were before we were non-contact with my parents, and we could share half of the holidays with her family, and I would like to spend the other half of the holidays doing something with just my wife and our kids. Since I do not have a relationship with my parents or any extended family, my wife and kids are really all I have. My wife does not agree with this. She believes that since I don't have a relationship with my parents, that by default we should spend every holiday with my in-laws. This leads me to ask AITA for not wanting to spend every holiday with my in-laws. Okay. I don't think he is the a-hole, but I do think there has to be some compromise. I don't really think anyone is like an a-hole in this situation. I just think that she should accept that he doesn't have to spend every single holiday with her family, and that he has every right to want alone time with them. But on the flip side, he should understand that she wants to see her family. She's very close with her family, so Someone said she is being overbearing and selfish to expect to get her way all the time. You matter too, and she should not need to be convinced of that. Yeah. Okay, someone said, not the a-hole. It's a very reasonable request. Agreed. Okay, let's choose another one. Also, I have some hot chocolate here. I thought it was fitting. Let's see. Ooh, this one's interesting. AITA for not letting my stepson come on holiday with us. Let's see what that one's about. Okay. I, 26F, and my partner, 26M, have 3 kids between us. I have 2 daughters, 9F and 7F, and he has a son, 12M. My stepson used to stay with us at the weekends, but as he has to share a room with my daughters, he has decided he doesn't want to stay anymore, which is fair enough. He's getting older and wants a space. Plus, he is getting too old to share now. I don't have a problem with this at all. He needs to do what is best for him, and I'm not going to force him to come to my house all the time when he doesn't want it, but he also doesn't want to spend any time here whatsoever. He wants to spend all of his time at his grandma's. Now, we all went away last year. He had his own room and we had a relatively good time. I was planning on booking a holiday for the end of this year, but I told my partner that I wouldn't be paying for Stepson to come with us, as by the time we go, he would have spent 0 time with the family and probably would not enjoy coming away with us for a week, as he doesn't enjoy being around my kids anymore and doesn't really like me. My partner threw a massive tantrum and said I was purposely leaving him out of stuff just to be spiteful, but in reality, I'm the one who pays for everything, like the holiday, clothes, food, activities, etc. when we are away, and I just want to enjoy myself and let my kids enjoy it without stepson moaning about being here in the first place, which he will and did the last time we went away. And I don't want to pay for someone who doesn't want to be here in the first place. AITA, should I just pay for him and get over with it? This one is a hard one, so personally, first of all, I don't think that it said he was 12, so an almost 13-year-old boy, so a teenager, should be expected to share a room with a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old girl. I think that kind of violates privacy, not just the girl's privacy, but his privacy too. I just think they shouldn't expect him to share a room with them. Now, maybe they can't move, but I think that they should have a place for him that he can stay there and feel, like he has his own space. But ask her partner to pay for his son's trip. So like he goes, but she just doesn't pay for him. I think that they should, come up with something to where it works out that he can go and she doesn't feel like it's burdening her. Something like that. Okay, so I am going to read one more story. Let's find a good one for the last one. Okay, this one is called AITA for canceling the babysitter after my wife decided not to attend my work holiday party. My 38M work held our annual holiday party last Friday. It was held at one of those axe throwing places which I had never done before, so I figured it would be fun. My wife, 36F, and I have 3 kids, 10, 8, and 5, so we don't get out of the house for dates very often. The holiday party was planned almost 2 months ago, and my wife agreed to go with me. I suggested we make it more of a date by either going out for drinks after or catching a late night movie. She thought this was a good idea. I also arranged for a babysitter to come watch the kids for that night. The day of the party, my wife got home from work and told me that she had a horrible day and was in a bad space, so she didn't want to come to the party. I told her I was disappointed, but I understand if she wants to stay home. As I was getting myself ready to head to the party, I called the babysitter and canceled. I apologized and offered to Venmo her an hour's worth of our agreed rate to compensate for the cancellation, and she agreed that was reasonable. As I was getting ready to leave, my wife asked when the babysitter was going to be there. I kind of looked at her funny and told her I had canceled because she was no longer coming with me. She got mad and told me that I knew she had a bad day and needed time alone. I told her that I had assumed none of that meant she was incapable of watching her kids, and that I didn't think having a babysitter come when my wife was home made any sense. She told me to call her back and see if she could still come watch the kids, and I told her that if she wanted to do that, she can do it, but I'm not going to. She tried to argue with me about it, but I told her I had to leave. While I was at the party, she sent me multiple texts about how the kids were driving her crazy, and that the babysitter didn't answer her calls and she needed me to come home. She kept blowing up my phone, and I eventually left the party over an hour early to go. When I got there, she kept arguing with me about how I was an a-hole for canceling the babysitter when I knew she had a rough day. I told her I was not going to pay a babysitter just so that my wife can rest after a bad day. I told her she could have just thrown a movie on for the kids and relaxed. I told her she was the one who ruined our potential night out, and that having a bad day at work is not a good enough reason to pay a babysitter $150 to $200. She still thinks I was an a-hole for canceling the babysitter without talking to her first, and she's still mad at me for it. But I don't think that was unreasonable. I don't think that was an unreasonable assumption to make, considering that there have been plenty of times when I've had a bad day and am still 100% capable of watching the kids by myself when my wife is gone. Okay. So, I think this one is just a lack of communication, really. I think it was reasonable for him to cancel the babysitter since, someone was gonna be home now. I think on her end, it because of how